Welcome to Books to Boardrooms with Dr. Kiran. Today I have the privilege of having Mr. Massimo Falcioni. He is the CEO at Etihad Credit Insurance, a federal organization. Mr. Massimo, it's a great honor to have you in this YouTube channel, primarily for the education sector, targeting the students and the professionals to understand the various aspects of business and management in this region. And having someone like you in my channel is a great honor. So I would like you to just give a little background about yourself and the position what you're holding, and a little background about your organization for the benefit of my audience.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. And just to introduce myself in a very few minutes, my name is Massimo Falcioni. I'm the CEO of the UAE Federal Export Credit Agency. It's a federal company established in 2017. And with the purpose to support the non-oil GDP diversification of the UAE. The company has three clear missions since its establishment. The first one is to ensure that no export or re-export from the countries fail due to the lack of credit insurance or trade finance. Secondly, second mission is to support SMEs to access international markets and to help them to win projects abroad. The third clear mission of my institution is to support any federal policy in the foreign policy and industrialization ambition. So actually to support the Minister of Economy to accelerate foreign trade, and at the same time also helping the Minister of Industry and Advanced Technology in the industrialization of the country. Just recently has been announced the first 9 months data regarding non-oil trade in the UAE, and this year, as His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, our Deputy President, Prime Minister Ruled Dubai, stated, we are heading to arrive at the end of the year to the record number of 2.2 billion non-oil trade in the country. Now, of course, we are very proud about these numbers, and we are happy and we congratulate with His Highness for this number, because this reflects exactly even the vision which our President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, our President of the UAE, has established to be UAE the number one in all major fields, in society and economy, in everything which is also exporting our Make It in the Emirates abroad. What we've done so far, we gave our small contribution, and because we are a company established in 2017, so we still are in our startup phase in the first 5 years of the activity. But we have done so far approximately, we are supporting 20 billion dirham of non-oil trade, and going towards 110 countries, and issuing more than 8,000 revolving credit guarantees. So again, it was important, and supporting companies from 15 business activities, including cables, petrochemical, steel, aluminium, food, healthcare, and packaging, and many other sectors.
I think that's fantastic. I think in 3 to 4 years, having such achievements and playing a very important part in terms of the UAE's the leaders' vision of lowering the dependency on oil, and making non-oil produce a major contributor of GDP. And the credit insurance, I mean, there's a little more in details about the credit insurance. I mean, people know life insurance, people know motor insurance, people know medical insurance. But so what exactly, can you give a background of what is credit insurance, and how does your credit insurance offering support an industry?
Very simply, credit insurance protects against the risk of selling on credit. Now, why companies should sell on credit? Companies should sell on credit because selling on credit, you sell much more than on cash payment or on PD check or on letter of credit. So internationally, all the companies, if they want to do business in competitive terms, they should sell on credit. It means selling the goods, but asking the payment deferred in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Now, 80-90% of global trade is financed, trade finance, and is sold on open credit terms. Now, what we do as a government, firstly, we want to ensure that these companies selling on credit are not impacted by commercial risks or political risks associated to offering credit. So in case of non-payment, we will indemnify the exporters to those credit limits we have granted to them. So what we do is a very simple process. We contact an exporters, we look at their portfolio of clients, we assess and we rate their portfolio. Based on their rating, we provide for each single client an open credit terms. It's a revolving one, so which can be used multiple times during the year. Based on that, this is the maximum amount we grant in order to indemnify in case of losses. So the UAE exporters can easily start doing business without having the headache of a non-payment or to instruct all the procedure typical of a letter of credit, and start doing business with their buyers. If a non-payment occurs for political risk or for commercial risks, we will indemnify the seller. So the cash flow of the company will be protected. And by doing that, we also safeguard the employees of the companies, because the company will be more resilient, can grow without bearing the risk associated to the growth.
I think that's fantastic. I think when you talk about UAE provide a better opportunity for any business to start. So it's not only about starting the business. You can just go, some of the free zones say that within 24 hours to 72 hours you can set up the company.
Yeah.
But as you told, it is of the business continuity and how it is impacted. If you look at it, if more business happens outside UAE, a lot of foreign exchange comes within the UAE.
Very important to consider that where there is an opportunity, there is always a risk.
Yes.
So the good entrepreneur is not the one who doesn't take a risk. Still quoting His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, he said that the highest risk we could have taken is not to take risks. Okay, so we should not. We need to take calculated risks, informed risk, and possibly mitigate the risk. So when you ask me in one word, what is trade credit insurance? It's a fantastic risk mitigant, and which allow entrepreneurs to take calculated risks, and of course benefiting of the opportunity of expansion.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about risk of not getting the money from exporting anywhere else. That you take care of it so that I can focus on business development and get more products into the market and grow.
To do this, we have created a database of more than 320 million companies, on which we can underwrite risk based on our methodology. In addition, we have trained and hired, we have attracted talents in the UAE, and we have trained Emiratis in order to understand how to underwrite risk and how to manage the risk. We are very happy to have to launch a national accelerator program for Emirati, and out of this program, we remember still one colleague, which she was the first Emirati woman to take the certification of risk management from an external university. And we continue to do this.
I think that's a great effort. I mean, giving the local community that opportunity to work in these type of areas. So, when you talk about exports, I think the more focusing on exports, that means promoting local businesses to go international, and then you mitigate the risk, because I really don't know the customer who's sitting in any part of the world, how good it is. So on the other side, so you not only look at me as an entrepreneur based out of UAE, so my clients' financial will also be audited by you to decide what sort of risk we can give to them. So you only, and in one way, somebody is not ready to give you that financial, you will say don't do business with them because it can impact you. Right?
If they don't give us the financials, many are being asked the question, some SMEs globally, which may be the client of our exporters or re-exporters, they don't have financials, or the financials are not easily accessible. How do you underwrite a risk on that? So we developed a system with artificial intelligence, which has some algorithms, And based on the public information available, based on some information like the duration of establishment of the company, the number of employees, the sector in which they operate, and the other competitors in the same sectors in that country specifically, it gives us the opportunity to give a rating to the company as well. So we are in the capability to underwrite a risk. An initial part, maybe it's not exactly what our exporter needs, but the beauty is that they have immediately an open credit facility from us. After 2, 3, 4 times of repayment of the facility we have provided, they have generated a very important positive information, which is called positive payment experience. That one is a vital information for us to underwrite more and more. So actually, our entrepreneurs build their information, which is unique, it's proprietary with them. So the more that buyers we pay them, the more these buyers will take exposure from us.
I mean, that's a beautiful, and it helps the entrepreneurs quite a lot, because they will know much better about their customers through you, which they didn't know before.
Exactly.
And so when you talked about artificial intelligence, because and you told that you are doing different businesses, it supports, oil and gas, non-oil and gas, textiles, and different businesses you go for.
Non-oil and gas.
Yeah, okay. So non-oil and gas. There's so many industries within non-oil and gas, and their customers can be wide. So it's humanly impossible for somebody to sit and look at multiple companies' financial, and that's where you told that you use AI. So can you just give a little background of what is the role of technology and how you use technology in making the transaction which even faster? Because sometimes I can have a customer, first time I'll come to you and say, can you evaluate them faster so that I don't lose this deal? So speed, accuracy, efficiency, so technology helps a lot. So can you just give a little background about
Technology is very important in our industry. Firstly, in fact, we set up a platform where all the credit limit requests could be applied online by our client. So there is no email exchange, no Excel file, there is a platform. So our exporters can access the platform, write the name of the company, write the country, and put their credit limit request. Now, this goes immediately open a lot of tasks to our team in terms of asking information reports if available, or asking that particular rating tool to assess the company. So, and the reply is still on the platform. So this facilitates a lot the communication with our clients. It makes very fast response time. And to our entrepreneurs, we know that exporters need information fast. So we try to reduce, and actually our service level with them is that if the buyer is already known in our database, because we have many hundred millions of companies, but in the world there are much more.
Yeah, much more.
Okay, so it is already known in our platform. After 48 hours, they will have already the credit limit response available in the system. If it's not known, it might take a little longer, and can be in the range of 3-5 days, but still manageable within the working week.
I think so. Like, for example, if there's a customer and that customer is as an importer from some other country, and he got multiple business, for example,
yes,
and you will be evaluating his financials and come to know, okay, I can give him X value as the risk I'm ready to take on behalf of him. But if different suppliers contact you for the same customer, so you will be spreading the same between. So what is the mechanism you use for that?
We don't spread the same information with our clients. Each client has his own portfolio. For us, of course, what we do, we monitor the activity for each of these buyers. So it is possible that that buyer is requested to issue from our side a guarantee from multiple companies. That is fine. It's not a major problem. But sometimes this request might come from too many companies, which the sum of all the requests might even exceed the turnover of the company. In that case, we stop and we intervene and we investigate, because there might be a potential fraud. So as you know, our business is to help the entrepreneurs to mitigate the commercial and political risks. However, we also try to help them to avoid or to minimize the risk of frauds which might be in the market. So when we see multiple requests at the same time, which might exceed maybe the normal business of the buyer, we stop. So that's why this is how we use this information. The important thing for us is to create an intelligent and 24/7 operating database. Intelligence for our exporters and exporters. They are passionate about their products, and they don't have the time or the systems or the expertise in their companies, to investigate each country, each company, each financials. We can do this for them. And the beauty is that if we do a mistake or if something happens, we will identify that.
Okay.
This is how we support.
So when you talk about, this is a federal entity basically created to improve or increase the non-oil revenue by exports.
Exactly.
What about local market? Do you, if a local customer comes and says that my customer is based in UAE itself, do you take care of
in
those?
2019, we started to offer only to exporters.
Okay.
However, the exporters told us that they were not born exporters. They started as domestic businesses. So they have a domestic portfolio also. They do business also with local companies in the same country. So they asked us to expand our perimeter of insurance, not only to export and export, but also to ensure their domestic trade. We did it. So since 2020, we support also the domestic business of the exporters and exporters. And if some of them are not exporting at all, what we do, we make a deal with them and we tell them, let's insure your domestic portfolio for 1 year, but allow us to offer you also some potential international buyers of your interest. We would like to have 12 months working together jointly in partnerships in order to create your international portfolio. If you're allowed to do this, it's fine. So after 12 months, we will come back to you again and we'll see. If you still remain pure only domestic, we cannot continue. But if you add also some export and re-export, that's good.